We'll have more solid numbers next week, early of part of next week. On the gate? On the gate, the attendance side or the financial? I don't want to get into too much detail on that, but we did financially beat the Bellator, the last two fights that they did out here on the gate. I think they did higher in attendance, but we did higher in the gross. At this time, we're seeing how tonight's events did, and at all indications with the fans and the support, we have to look at as well the pay-per-view numbers, and we have to get together next week with Oscar, and then we would have to look at it to see what our schedule would be like if we were going to do more MMA next year. That is correct. That is correct. Our doors are open at Golden Boy, and seeking other fighting that are not in the I'm sorry, everybody. Now, let me introduce Chuck Liddell. Chuck.
Am I supposed to give a speech now? Thank you, everyone, for showing up. Sorry about my performance, but you know, it is what it is. It happens. I mean, Tito came prepared and lost, so it is what it is. I'm proud of my training camp. The guys did a great job. They got me in great shape. I showed up, no excuses. In great shape, ready to go, and he was a better man tonight, so there it is.
We'll take questions.
Which is kidding. It didn't feel different in a way. I love being in there. I mean, you understand, I love fighting. I never did this for money or fame. That's not why I started. I did this because I love being out there. I love fighting. So I was at home and then I was ready to go. I mean, I think I wish I'd done a few things different, obviously, but you know, it happens. So, you know, I was kind of going to slow play, just make sure I didn't get any confidence, get a cheap takedown, because it seemed like, you know, but you know, I should have fought the way I normally do. I don't care if you take me down, I'll get back up. And I should have came out at a fast pace. I should have started. I was kind of back and forth between hanging back and doing fast. I went with the hang back and kind of warm up, you know, get it going and figure out what he's doing. And I should have gone real fast. I should have gone after him fast. But then again, it's, you know, woulda, coulda, shoulda. Would it have changed the outcome? Who knows? So, whatever. I don't want to think about that right now. I mean, I'm not in the right state of mind to really talk about whether or not I'm down or not. But you know, I felt good out there, and I had fun. So we'll see. Oh, I feel great right now. I mean, I'm fine. I mean, I don't feel bad. I don't think it was a bad knockout. I was able to answer all the questions in the corner. By the way, when they came up and asked me, you know, where you live, where are we, all those questions, I was able to answer them all right away. So I'm fine. I don't think you ever remember how you felt when you got hit when you go down. And that's just part of that. Yeah, you don't remember. You need to do that period of time. So, you know, I don't remember. about that. I mean, I respect him. He gets in the ring, fights with me. I mean, anybody gets in the ring and closes the door and fights. I respect him. So I respect for him. I respect for the job he did. He got ready for the fight and he came out and fought hard and he beat me.
Last question.
Chuck, you kind of extended that and kind of after all the talk and all that, were you surprised that that moment happened?
I wasn't surprised. I mean, he can be a professional. I mean, he's a professional. We've seen each other outside of stuff a lot of times. And most of the time we can be professional.
I know you said you don't want to think about it now, but I mean, I guess with the training camp, all that, the build-up, everything else, what do you expect? Is this enough going to where you feel like you want to experience all that?
Well, the one takeaway I have from this is that I will definitely be in the training camp again. I don't know if it'll be for me or for someone else, but I miss being in the gym and getting ready for a fight or getting someone else ready for a fight. So I will now be more involved in training guys, at least training guys, if not fighting, but for sure training guys. Well, I mean, I'd be interested to see what the pay-per-view numbers are, so we can see how well we actually did with this event, and all the numbers. And but I'm hoping that they come out good, and this does make another step for fighters to pay better.
Thank you.
Chuck Liddell, everybody.
Thank you, guys.
True warrior, true warrior. Yes, I know. Hey, we're gonna join us. Vote is on the way. So tonight's attendance was 7,839. 7,839. Again, I want to thank our sponsors, because without the sponsors, we couldn't put these shows on, and that's Fred Loya Insurance, Fight.tv, and Costa Mexico Tequila. As I said, pay-per-view numbers will get sometime next week. Tracking very well, and it was just a great night, and good night for Golden Boy, and of course for Chuck and Tito. There's not enough you can say about these two warriors. They really are leaders in the sport and did so much for MMA. So I want to thank them. Ladies and gentlemen, I'd like to bring to the winner of tonight's event. He did an unbelievable job. He put his fist where his mouth was, and he had a great win tonight. Tito Ortiz.
You guys don't even know. All the pressure, everything that I've worked for. 21 years I've been in this game of mixed martial arts. I've been through the worst of the worst. I've been through the highs of the highs, like no other. Becoming a world champion after a year and a half of competition, losing my world title after 5 title defenses, being on one of the top promotions in the world, and then thrown to the wolves. I'm thankful for Lorenzo Fertitta, Dana White, Frank Fertitta for giving me the opportunity to build a Tito Ortiz. But I really got to thank my fans having my back for all these years, and 21 years. Because now I can look at it and I can be thankful for Oscar De La Hoya and Golden Boy Promotion for starting something new. Golden Boy Promotion has been amazing for me up to this point because they've been nothing but respectful. They treat me with nothing but respect and class, and that's the way fighters should be treated. When I spoke with Oscar and he told me, Tito, you gotta understand, I was a fighter. When I got into promotion, I wanted to give back to the fighters. I smiled and I was like, I've been trying to do the same damn thing the last 20 years. Well, I've had the biggest stage in the world to get that opportunity to do. The last week we did so much promotion. Everywhere in Los Angeles we hit. I mean, from Lean to Power 106, all across the United States. Hopefully the pay-per-view did well. I'm hoping it did well because me and Chuck will reap the rewards from it. Once again, I got to be thankful for Oscar. Got to be thankful for Jerry, and of course Tattoo, who was another guy who did Mike Tyson's Bite the Mic. I met him at the Staples Center, and he said, "Hey Tito, man, hey, you should come on my podcast with Oscar De La Hoya, or with Mike Tyson." I was like, "Yeah, of course I'll do it." Well, here's our number. It was just acquaintance. I went on Bite the Mic with Mike Tyson. And at that point, Chuck was already calling me out. I reached out to Dana White, and he said, "No, we're not going to do this fight. No possible way. I don't want nothing to do with it." So he knew what was going to happen. I said something on Bite the Mic, saying, "What if Oscar beat interested in doing it?" And this guy right here, like, jumping at this. Are you serious right now? Are you serious? Well, a week later, I was in a meeting with Golden Boy and Oscar. I texted Chuck, and I said, "Chuck, I think we put this fight together. You still want to do it?" The next text I got from his manager saying, "Stop texting Chuck." Well, I guess we got the fight together. The next week, he was in a meeting with Oscar, and we signed it. My camp started. That was 19 weeks ago. I put in everything I need to do for this fight. I can show people out there that no matter what circles you've gone through, what hard times you've gone through in relationships, as long as you keep your mind focused and positive and have positive people around you, you can achieve anything in this world. And I'm proof in the pudding. I'm a kid who came from nothing. A week ago, I went to talk to my father, first time in 7 years, and I forgave him because he only knew as good as he was taught. He only knew as good as he wanted to learn. He was a heroin addict who is on methadone now, and he's 80 years old, and I went to him, and I said, "You know what, Dad? I forgive you because I understand how hard it is to be a parent. I understand how hard it is to be a man because I lived the same thing for my life. 5 years ago, I had to leave my ex. I had to give my kids a brighter future. My girlfriend, Amber, that's here, she saved my life. She showed me what love truly was. I thought I'd never love a woman again, and she's my backbone. Amber, I love you. Like, people know you guys, like, whoever's going through hard times in life, whoever's going through things that you don't think you can get through it, like, just hold down, bite down, and just get through it. Do the right things, do positive things. Do things to give back. On Thanksgiving, I had to make weight. First time in 21 years I couldn't have a Thanksgiving dinner with my family. I used to have Thanksgiving dinner at my house. So I called my homeless. I said, "Michael Dean, is there any possible way that you can get me to a shelter that I can go feed the homeless?" He said, "Yeah, I got you." He texted me, he goes, "Go to the Laugh Factory." I showed up at the Laugh Factory at 2:30. They said to be there at 3, but I showed up at 2:30 because I try to be punctual. I served from 3 o'clock until 6:30. And I served 2 different helpings to people who are less fortunate. And it just made my heart feel so warm to be able to give back. And I was so damn thankful just to be in that situation, because as a kid growing up, I was one of those kids that were sitting in their family eating a free Thanksgiving dinner. And it's crazy how life turns around because it comes full circle always. I woke up this morning and I was nervous. I was not sure of what was going to happen. I know how dangerous Chuck is. I know how dangerous his punches are. And it was a feeling in my body that almost like an empty feeling. And I didn't understand. And I was talking to my son Jacob, and I said, Jacob, I'm so nervous. He goes, Dad, I'm nervous too. He goes, but you know what, Dad, I watched something online, and it said, if you can turn that nervousness into happiness, you'll think of it a totally different way. When he said that to me, and this is a 16-year-old kid who's telling me this, my son, and turn that nervousness into happiness, and from that point out on, I knew I was going to win this fight. Yes, the hard work put over 18 weeks, but to have the support and everything that just turned around. When I was cutting weight yesterday at my hotel, I come out of cutting weight, and all of a sudden Notre Dame was walking out, the college football team. I was like, Notre Dame, wow, that's damn cool. As a kid growing up, I was watching. I have Irish in myself, and I was like, cool if I take a picture with you guys. And I was like, the luck of the Irish, the fighter in Irish. Is this all like meant to be? Am I meant to be sitting right here with my hand raised knowing that I beat Chuck Liddell finally? He came out saying he's going to knock me out in the first round. Oops. I didn't mean to mess up his night. I knocked his ass out in the first round. I want to thank everybody for supporting me, all my fans, everybody who believed in me, and all the ones who didn't believe in me. Take the hatred out of your heart, because at the end of the day, we all should be happy. Golden Boy, Jerry, Oscar, if you're watching, thank you so much. You guys have witnessed the beginning of something great, something new to give back to the fighters. And that's Golden Boy MMA. Thank you guys. Yeah, I'll take a couple questions. I think the comments came down to my sparring partners. You know, Herdine, Moses, Jay, who fought tonight, also Jay Silva who fought tonight. These guys are younger. You know, yeah, Jay in his 30s, late their 30s, but the other guys, they're still not even 30 yet. They're fast, and I mean, we're sparring. I think I sparred 16 times for this camp, twice a week. And we're doing three 5-minute rounds. Their speed is just like ridiculously fast. Chuck was punching at me, I was like, this is like in slow-mo, I was like, slip, slip, slip. I was like, come on. And then I think about 2.5 minutes into it, he threw a jab and like caught me, and it was so slow, I was like, I can't believe I just got touched right now. I was like, this guy. Then I hit him back, and I was like, I hit him again, and I went to go through a right hand, and he fell, and I thought I hit him, but I didn't. I guess it was just a slip. And then I came up, and I hit him with a left hook, and I saw his eyes kind of go, I was like, oh, I heard him, I think. I just kept the pressure, kept the pressure. I wasn't gonna wrestle. This fight was never about wrestling. I faked him out the whole time, telling him I'm gonna take him down. And it was funny because in the press conference when I said that I'm gonna take you down, I'm gonna bash you with my elbows. And he was like, oh, he let his secret out, No, I wasn't a secret. I was gonna stand up and punch him. I believe in my hands because I'm sparring with the best guys in the world right now. They're in my gym at Ruka. You know, Jason Perillo believes in me. I put my work in. And I showed tonight. You get that feeling of, is this the last one? I want it to be. It's a lot of pressure to impose your will on someone like that. Every single fight is really, really hard. There's so much pressure to do that. I've been doing it for 21 years. Now, if I can step out of that game and do it the right way of being a promoter and helping fighters cup and grow in and grow the next Tito Ortiz, grow the next Chuck Liddells, grow the next Rampage Jacksons, Royce Gracie, Ken Shamrocks, Conor McGregor, and give them an opportunity to make the real money here. Because like I said, when I spoke to Oscar, he said, you understand, I'm a fighter. I'm now a promoter. And I want to get back to the fighters. So now I'm probably saying the same shit. So, I'm just thankful to be where I am tonight. If I was his manager, no. Primetime Tuesday is my management company, and I would have told Chuck, no, this gives you an ambassador job. It's promote your name and get you signings, and do other means and ways of making money. But I mean, you can't hold someone back if they believe in something. They believe in something that they want to do. I mean, they want to fight. They want to continue to fight. You gotta let them walk out on their own. That's just the right thing. We're human. I mean, we want to make mistakes. I mean, I want to fail. I fail all the time. People bash me all the time because of my interviews. Like, oh, Tito said this, Tito said that. And past tense, present tense. I mess up. I'm human. But I want to fail because then I can look back on it and go, you know what? Next time I want to make that same mistake. And all of us are human. We all make mistakes. But if you're able to correct yourself, then you're learning from it. If you don't correct yourself, you're ignorant and you'll never learn. Yes? Well, I mean, if Chuck wants to fight, I mean, of course not as main event, but if he still wants to fight, let's find an opponent. Let's find him someone that isn't a Tito Ortiz. I'm vicious, guy. I mean, I took off a year. I took off a year because I had neck surgery. But just the way I train, the way I am, my mentality as a fighter, my mentality as a man, my mentality as just a father, I work really, really hard. You've got to understand that. That's why I'm able to perform the way I did. I mean, I don't want to take nothing away from Chuck. If he wants to compete, let him compete. I mean, maybe not as a main card, I mean, not main event. No, of course not. But I mean, let's find him someone that's a tune-up fight for him, because I wasn't a tune-up fight. So what was the difference? I think my maturity. I matured a lot. I matured a lot as a person. I matured a lot as a father. I matured a lot as a fighter. My confidence, of course, coming off the choke from Chael Sonnen. My life, living in a positive environment. I went through 7 years of hell trying to fix somebody, and it took me almost 7 months of physical or of therapy with my therapist to come to realize that I can't save my mom. And he said, you know what, Tito, stop trying to save your mom. Go find someone to save you. And I did. Remember, as a fighter, you gotta have a solid home. You gotta have a solid person who has your back. I'm not coming home to someone saying that, oh, you're a piece of shit dad, you're a piece of shit fighter. When someone says you're a piece of shit for such a long time, you start believing it. And I will not live in a negative life like that ever again. I won't let my kids live in a negative life like that ever again. And I hope no one else can ever live in that type of lifestyle. I hope they're able to look in the mirror and realize that it's not them. It's the person that they're with that makes the difference. And that's what made me a different person. When I'm confident, when I have a positive environment around me, I'm unstoppable. And I gotta say, that was the ticket. I went through a lot of stuff those times. And you know, I went through a divorce. I went through a new relationship. I was being smashed by the president of UFC and always bashing me, always saying stuff. Just it was hell. And that's why I walked away in 2013. That was the reason I walked away from the UFC, because I couldn't handle it anymore. But now that I'm graced and respected and honored the way I am with Golden Boy, I think other fighters will see that and they would like to do the same thing too. Or they're able to have their own sponsorships. They're able to be a part of the company. They're able to be a partnership of the revenue that is income from the fight. And I think that's important. Let's change the game of mixed martial arts. Let's not make the fighters contractors. Let's make the fighters partners. If they're able to promote and they're able to have a huge fan base, they should get a lot of the money. If they don't have any fans, they better start building those fans. They better start building their social media. That's important. Get a publicist. I got a publicist. I went out and hired a publicist for this. Of course, I really don't need it, but I'm a workhorse. I work my ass off to get where I am. I think other fighters should resemble what I've done in my career. Yes, the mistakes I've done, so correct yourself. Don't do the mistakes that I've done. I think that's important. That's why I started Prime Time 360 with my partner, George Frazier, to help fighters become the next stars, hopefully. Yeah, I buried Hatchet Chuck, 100%. You guys gotta understand, I'm a loyal person. I love my friends. I'm an Aquarius to the T. You guys read horoscopes or so forth, read what an Aquarius is. I am exactly that person. I will fight for every one of my friends. I will honor with every one of my friends. I keep my word on everything I have. There's two things I'll have for the rest of my life: my name and my word. I'll never tarnish my name, and I'll never not keep my word. And with Chuck, he was my bro. He was my homie. He was my friend. Like I say, I used to let him stay at my house. We traveled to Japan. We traveled to England. I mean, I thought he was my friend, but I understand that money gets in the way of people's eyes of what they truly think about, and that's the evil of all humans. I think is money. And I guess we sat and built that cage that night or tonight, and I said, "It's cool. It's over. It's done." If he doesn't want to be done, then we'll give an opportunity. Yeah. One more.
So Tito, are you back, or were you just here to scratch an itch? And if so, who do you want to fight next?
There's no one out there to fight. This Chuck Liddell thing was the biggest thing that I've been on my mind. There's no one that will bring me out. Nobody. I'm done. I want to focus on great stuff. I mean, I still got my head on my shoulders. I actually be a great businessman. Let me focus on the right things and not focus on a million things, because then I get kind of disillusioned with what I need to do right. You know, being a father is number one. Being a businessman can be number two. Being a fighter, I did it for 21 years. I'm willing to walk away. People always want to say, Tito, one more fight. Just when you think you got out of it, she'll suck you right back in. I don't want that to happen. It's nice to walk and talk, be able to touch my feet, be able to throw a football with my kids if I need to, or baseball, or wrestle around with them. You know, when my son says, Dad, I don't want you to fight anymore. Maybe I listen to my kids. They want Dad back. Where it's not about the camp anymore. 18 weeks is a long time. When I'm missing out on school, missing out on homework, missing out on picking up from school, I miss those little small things. But I think if I get into the business stuff, I'm able to juggle both of those jobs together. Of course, with my great partner, Amber, she helps me out.
What will you miss most about fighting?
What's that?
What will you miss most about fighting?
What will I miss most about fighting? The hand raised. And the fans. I love the fans. The fans, I can understand that one of my friends, one of my number one fans, but my friend, close friend, Jeremy, he's been with me since my first UFC fight. He's been following every one of my fights. And he was here tonight. And they actually came to the weigh-in and so forth. And, have fans like that is amazing. And I'm thankful for it, because they're ride or die, no matter what. No matter how many times they say, Tito's, he's shooting. He's like, no, he's my man. But they'll fight, they fight over it. That's why my mom can't even come to the fights anymore. She just get in fights because people talk shit to her all the time. So she's like, I can't even go to them. That's cool, I love her. My mom's real, she's better.
How many times did Scott Coker text you tonight?
Actually, Scott Coker actually did text me today. He did text me. And if he is watching or listening, thank you, Scott, for the text. He said, good luck, kick some ass, SC. So that was a great gesture from him. And I was happy about it. I got a lot of texts today. I got a lot of support today. I think the team will do pretty well. I think it actually was just the remarks and the people texting me and emailing me and on my social media. It was everywhere. I think the pay-per-view did fairly well. It would be nice to do 1 million pay-per-view buys, but I doubt we did that. But I'm just saying, if we broke the crest of a couple hundred, it'd be amazing. It'd be a success if we did. I want to thank the fans. You guys, I want to get out of here. I want to go enjoy myself a nice cold one. Oh yeah, it was yours. That was just one. Come on. I'm Mexican. I can drink a lot.
This is your last fight. You didn't really get to do great here.
Yeah, I did.
What was stopping you?
They didn't stop shit. I was doing it. I was busting through the legs. I was doing it. Come on. One of my buddies got a great picture of me digging it. Was that yours, Mom? Rafael was in my corner, Rafael Davis. He got a good picture of me digging. Yes. Of course, you go to punishment.com and you can see the picture. Me going like this, cartoon figure, Chuck's grave. It says Chuck Liddell. Or excuse me, it just says Chuck. It says from when he started to today's date. Here. It's over. It's done. That's it. You guys have a wonderful night. Thank you very much. I appreciate all you guys for coming here. I thank all you guys for supporting this brand of Golden Boy MMA. Guys, thank you. Thank you. It's the beginning of something great, guys. Thank you.
Thank you, everybody. That concludes the press conference. Thank you, everybody, for coming and attending. It was great, by the way. Thank you so much. They have Oscar De La Hoya and Golden Boy.